What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Love's RV Stop 225. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has the Talladega Super Speedway, the 2.66 mile super speedway that can cause a lot of chaos from time to time, but can also put on some really exciting racing, some really great finishes, and some wild chaos that could take place at this track. The last time the Craftsman Truck Series raced the Talladega Super Speedway, Grant Finger was able to pick up a clutch win and lock his way into the championship four with the win at Talladega. He's back this time around trying to pick up his first win of 2025 and lock his way into the championship four with the win in victory. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather currently at the moment for Friday is actually looking really promising. It's going to be 82 degrees high with 60 degrees as the low with only a 10% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Going to be really warm weather, especially for this time around. It's not going to be too hot, but it's still going to be a warm day if headed out to the racetrack. It's going to be warm for this time of year. Not going to be too hot, but going to be warm. Definitely make sure you're prepared if you're headed out to the racetrack at Talladega Super Speedway. As this is the round of 8, let's take a look at the playoff standings as we enter the second race of the round of 8. So Corey Heim, after winning the Charlotte Rumble a couple weeks back, is locked into the championship 4. Tyler Ingram's up by 2, Daniel Hemrick's up by 2, and Roger Kroof is up by only 1. Meanwhile, Lane Briggs is down by 1, Ty Majeski's down by 2, and Grant Finger and Katie Honeycutter are both down by 4 points currently at the moment. Should be a lot of changes in the points. It could be really wild how the points are going to look after this race, as there's probably going to be some carnage and chaos that takes place during the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Talladega Super Speedway. So now, finally, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle. I don't think will have pace and speed or aren't that great at this type of track. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers that desperately need a good run, who I think will have a really good run this weekend, or really good at this type of track and under fun equipment. And I do my winner's pick, the driver thinks going to win the race overall. And I do the drivers you need to watch out for, and usually for the Craftsman Truck Series, I got 4 drivers you need to watch out for, along with the race winner. So now, let's jump into picks. Here are my suck picks for the 2025 Love's RV Stop 225. My first suck pick for this weekend at Talladega Super Speedway is a driver to 16 truck for McAnally Hilgeman Racing, Chris Wright. Chris Wright, in pretty much every race he's entered so far, it seems like he's caught up in some sort of crash, in some sort of incident. And while, yes, he's in really good equipment this weekend at Talladega, I really don't trust Chris Wright, especially at a super speedway. I think he's going to get caught up in some sort of incident and some sort of crash, more than likely, and I don't think it's going to be a good run for him out on the track. I think he's going to run in the middle of the back of pack as it is, and going to bring a ton of pace and speed either. I think it's going to be a struggle for Chris. I think it's going to be a bad run. Sadly, I think Chris Wright, unfortunately, struggles quite a bit this weekend at Talladega. My second suck pick for this weekend at Talladega is a driver of the 91 truck for McAnally Hilgeman Racing, Jack Wood. It has been a struggle for Jack Wood so far in 2025. I think Jack's only had maybe 1 or 2 top 10s altogether for the first 20 or 21 Truck Series races so far. And unfortunately for Jack Wood, like I've mentioned, I don't think it's going to be a good run. I sadly think he's going to struggle quite a bit. I don't think he brings in pace and speed. I think the team's going to struggle to bring it for him. I know that the McAnally team can be good, but I don't trust the team this weekend. I think Jack Wood, unfortunately, does not have a good run this weekend at Talladega. And now we'll go ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Love's RV Stop 225. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Talladega is a driver to 7 truck for Spire Motorsports, J.J. Yealing. J.J. Yealing is getting the best opportunity that I think he's had in many years. And I think he's actually going to have a really good run. Remember, the last Super Speedway the Truck Series had, that was at Atlanta. This truck went to victory lane with Kyle Busch. And I think J.J. Yealing has gotten better as a driver than he was almost 20 years ago at this point. I think it's going to be a great run for J.J. for his standards especially. I think the 7 truck is going to bring some solid pace and really strong speed for the standards of the equipment. I think it's going to be a pretty good run for J.J. I think it's going to be one of his better runs in recent time. I think J.J. Yealing has a really strong run this weekend at Talladega Super Speedway. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Talladega is a driver of the one truck for Tricon Garage, Brett Holmes. Brett Holmes is making his first truck start of 2025, and I really have a lot of confidence that Brett Holmes is going to have one of his best runs he's had in a very long time. He came very close to picking up the win at Talladega in 2022, and I think he's going to have his best chance and opportunity to do it. He's earned this right an opportunity to get a top-level chance, and I think he's going to take that chance and have a really strong and good run. So I think Brett Holmes has a solid and great opportunity. I think he put together a really good run this weekend, has one of his better runs. I think he does a good job this weekend at Talladega. And now we're going to head jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Love's RV Stop 225. Who am I picking to win? Since Michigan, when Stuart Friesen picked up the win, we've only seen two drivers pick up a win, that being Lane Briggs and Corey Heim, who've dominated the Truck Series this year. But I think that is going to change this weekend because there's one guy I've had circled. He's won here a couple times before, has ran really good. I am picking the driver to 75 truck for Henderson Motorsports, Parker Kligerman, to pick up his fourth career NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series win and his third win at Talladega Superspeedway. If there's a race where Parker could finally go to victory lane this year and get redemption from Daytona where he got disqualified, I certainly think it's going to be Talladega. Henderson Motorsports is back, and Parker's so good at Superspeedway racing. He technically also won Daytona earlier in the year in the Xfinity race, but Connor got credited for the win because Connor started the race. I think Parker goes to victory lane. I think he gets it done this time around. I'm going with Parker Kligerman to pick up the win. I'm going with him to pick up the victory this weekend at Talladega. And now we're going to head jump on to the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Talladega. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Talladega is a driver of the 11 truck for Tricon Garage, Corey Heim. Now, Corey Heim's already locked into the championship 4, but I think Corey, like he's been all year, is going to continue to flourish. He won the first traditional super speedway race of the year at Daytona, and Corey's been the fastest guy all season long. Because of that, I think his speed is going to continue to be there. I think the 11 team is going to bring some strong pace. I think Tricon in general is going to have some good speed this weekend with all their trucks this weekend, but I think Corey Heim continues his great run. I think he's going to do a good job and have a strong run at Talladega. The second driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Talladega is a driver to 34 truck for Front Row Motorsports, Lane Riggs. Now, Lane Riggs hasn't been the most lucky at super speedways, but I think that's going to change because Front Row Motorsports, they're always good at super speedways. They show good speed at super speedways, whether it's their cup program or their truck program, it doesn't matter. And if Lane Riggs can turn it around, it is certainly this weekend after a not great run at the Roval after getting caught up in an incident with Grant Enfinger. But I think Lane has a really strong run. I think Front Row is going to bring some strong pace and really, really good speed, and I think he'll be up front contending for a victory for what would be his fourth win. He's got a chance to do it this weekend. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Talladega is a driver 38 truck for Front Row Motorsports, Chandler Smith. Now, Chandler Smith, you wouldn't think is a great super speedway racer, but a couple of years ago when he drove for the 25 truck for Rackley War, he finished inside the top 5. And on top of that, he's actually been pretty solid at super speedways when you look at where he's running up front in these events. Because of that, I think Chandler's going to be up front. I think he's going to qualify very well because I expect the Fords to show some really good speed. And I think Chandler will be up there contending for a potential win and victory. He's been good at tracks like Atlanta 2 and the super speedway era. I think Chandler has a really strong and really, really good run with the Front Row team this weekend at Talladega. And the fourth final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Talladega is a driver of the 9 truck for CR7 Motorsports, Grant Enfinger. It's been clear as day that this has not been as strong of a season for Grant Enfinger as prior seasons have been. But if there's one track where you can snap the winless streak, it is Talladega. He has won there previously twice before, back in 2016 and 2024. I think he's going to have a phenomenal run. I think he's going to take that 9 truck up front. I think it's going to be one of his best runs of the season. I think the team brings strong pace and really, really good speed. I think it's going to be a great run for the driver of the 9 truck. I think Grant can really turn it up and get himself back in contention. Who make the championship 4? I think it's going to be a really good run for him. I think he has a strong run, and I think he's going to be confident this weekend at Talladega Superspeedway. So, those are my race 6 for the 2025 Love's RV Stop 225. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Chris Wright, Jack Wood. My underdog picks are JJ Lee, Brett Holmes. My winner's pick is Parker Kligerman. And the ones to watch out for Corey Heim, Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith, and Grant Enfinger. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for Race 6 video for the 2025 Loves RV Stop 225 at Talladega Super Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go to more of that and comment your picks below for this weekend's Truck Series race at Talladega. Who are your picks? Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winners pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Talladega. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Later this afternoon, you'll see NASCAR Xfinity Series race picks for the United Rentals 250 at Talladega. Then tomorrow, we're not just going to have one, but two NASCAR news videos dropping on the channel. And of course, if there's any major news that breaks later today, we'll discuss it live on the channel as well. Then on Thursday, I have Cup race picks for the race at Talladega for the Yellowwood 500, and then paint scheme video for the weekend as well. And then on Friday, we'll have a NASCAR news video along with doing the reactions to the truck race in Dega. And then Saturday and Sunday, we're reactions from Xfinity and Cup. There is a chance that rain could be a factor, so we'll have to keep an update on that. And then Monday, if the weather doesn't affect the race, we should have a NASCAR news video dropping. We got a lot of content coming in. People like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Connor Zilch, Junior Motorsports, Kyle Larson, Chase Light, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, Cletus Farn, Dodge, Ram, Eric Almirola, all the good stuff we'll talk about on the channel in the coming days and weeks as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.